She doesn't even go here!
I'm bi, actually.
Excuse me. Could the ugly, untalented gays please report to the principal's office?
Hi, I'm Kurt Homo, and I'll be auditioning for the role of Kicker.
Hello! Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Not So Straight Nerds. I'm your host, Luke,
And I'm your host, Alicia.
and today we are talking about March 2026 movies and TV shows, what we've watched, and how we feeling.
Yeah.
I feel like last year was kind of the first time in a while I haven't felt like March was a bit of a pickup year
Yeah.
for movies. Month, correct. March is a month. So with that kind of thought, how do you feel March went?
Much better, I think. I mean, I would say there are a couple of standouts here and a few mediocre ones. But I feel like overall that is definitely an improvement on last year. I don't even really remember what came out last year. It was really only, I feel like, until Sinners.
Yeah, which was
It
in
felt
April.
pretty, yeah, late April too. So like it was a slow start last year. So this year has already been a lot better in that regard. So I'm happy. I'm happy with what we've got in March for sure. And there's a lot to look forward to in April as well. So yeah. Also, haha, I do only have 6 new releases because I included the Galaxy movie, and that's April.
Silly goose.
Whoops.
So we can jump just right on in. I will say we are not going to be talking spoilers on any of these movies or shows that we have seen. So you're safe. The first thing we are going to do today is rank the new releases that have come out that we have seen in March of 2026. I will say, I feel like there were a lot of releases that were just very limited, but were pretty high, I want to say caliber, but like were pretty well talked about in the sphere.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of movies I feel like I missed that I would have loved to see.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that moviegoers just more casually went to the movies these days.
Yeah. agree.
To make these things a little more widely accessible. But what you gonna do?
Well, it was crazy. We were talking about hoping to go somewhere to see Forbidden Fruits, and it just came out last weekend, and now this weekend I can't find it nearly anywhere. It is still in a couple theaters, but like 2 hours away from us, and I'm sorry, like there's a lot of movies. Not a lot of movies that would be worth that drive, especially with these gas prices. So, that's crazy. Movies, now obviously they used to make a lot less movies, decades ago. But like they used to be in theaters for years. And now, some movies, we get lucky if there's a limited release for a week. That's just crazy to me. Very disappointing because I really wanted to see Forbidden Fruits, and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to. Just disappointing.
Indeed.
But, nevertheless.
Alrighty.
Okay.
You're good. So I'm gonna start because I've seen 9. So to catch up to you, my bottom 3, I have at number 9 Pretty Lethal. This was a ballerina action movie on Amazon Prime. Kind of a great cast if it weren't for the cast of like Uma Thurman. She's like the biggest name, but they have a bunch of smaller names that you've seen around in a lot of things.
Yeah.
The main girl from To All the Boys I've Loved Before.
Right. No, I'm thinking of Lauren Jean Covey, and that's her character's name.
Yes,
What's her name?
that is her name. It's
Lana Condor. I'm probably saying that
Yeah.
wrong. So sorry.
and Avantika, who I also adore, is in
from
it.
Mean Girls musical.
Yes. A really fun cast and a decent concept. We recently had talked about how you had thought some of these ballerina action movies would involve the characters using ballet to fight. And that's exactly what this is. And I fear it comes across exactly how I thought it would. It's fun, but it's hard to take it serious when it's a very serious movie. But it's fine, if not super good. At number 8, I have Reminders of Him. I love that main actress so much.
Micah Monroe.
Yeah, Micah Monroe.
And I like Tyreek Withers too. Like, especially more so as a person, I feel like he's just picked bad projects so far.
He's picked some really bad projects for me to be introduced to him in.
It's hard because I feel like it's not him. Like, it's like what you say with the girl who plays Belly. I forgot her name. So sorry, Queen. We just need to see her with a good script. I think I want to say the same about Tyreek Withers.
I agree. I at least can't judge where he's at as an actor yet.
Lola Tongue. I
Lola
can't
Tongue.
believe I forgot her name. So sorry.
But yeah, some people really like this movie. Power to you. I think it's a very weak script, and it all comes across very misogynistic kind of across the board for me.
Mm-hmm. We've done a video on that in case you're...
We have. At number 7, I have the Hannah Montana 20th anniversary. That was fun. It was very fun. And some great songs, old and new. Great guest stars. Very fun. The Hanniversary. I love her admitting that they weren't going to be doing anything like this until she started going on press tours and just saying that they were. And then the studio was like, okay, well, I guess we will now.
It's kind of ridiculous, though, because, like, I remember Selena Gomez was saying you created culture, and that's so true. Like, there were a lot of Disney shows that were big and popular, but I feel like Hannah Montana, it reminds me of, like, High School Musical. It's just something different. It really did take over the pop culture. And I don't know, it surprises me that they weren't really gonna do anything with that. Especially, like, she's a Disney legend. Like, they are still on good terms with her.
Disney legend parking is crazy. She talks about how she still has that.
Yeah. That's kind of cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I don't know. It surprised me a little bit, but I'm glad it exists. And I thought it was fun, and I'll get to that in a second. I have that on my list as well. My number 6 is also Reminders of Him. Yeah, wasn't that good. Book is definitely better. Definitely my least favorite of the 3 adaptations so far. I hope Verity is better because I feel like I want to reread that first because my tastes have changed over the years. However, I remember really liking that one, and it's a thriller. It's very different from her other books, so I'm hoping that one's good. Especially it has Anne Hathaway in it and Dakota Johnson and that guy from Trap. So
I hate that we refer to him as that guy from Trap.
I know, but I don't remember his name. I'm so sorry.
Okay. At number 6, I have Undertone. This was a little indie horror movie, and it is like a really good horror movie, but like a bad movie. Like, it's really good at being scary, and I think it's directed well enough. And the emphasis on, like, sound is really cool and terrifying. It has a lot of, like, sinister inspiration, especially towards the very end, which I love. Sinister. It's one of my favorite scary horror movies and also just movies in general. Mm-hmm. But I fear for a movie about a podcast that's getting haunted, you won't convince me that these people have a podcast that people actually listen to. Can you imagine if we filmed like 10 minutes a day per episode and then put it out every week? It's insane. But it also has it also does kind of what If I Had Legs I'd Kick You does, where it makes a very active decision to only show the main character and her mother. Like there's a point because her mom is like in bed, like hospice level, like kind of just like dying and like unresponsive in bed, and like they have a nurse come over to like check on her, and they very adamantly keep her out of the shot in a weird way.
Okay.
And then the only other people you hear are like calling her or the other guy on the podcast, who's voiced by the guy from the frat guy from Overcompensating.
Oh, I love him, and he was
He's
in a
very
show that I'm gonna talk about soon.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Well, I don't love his character. Just to be clear,
Sure.
I like the actor.
He's a very talented actor.
yeah.
But yeah, it's weird that it has so much good stuff, but it just doesn't come together super well, I feel. And I feel like that's a pretty common consensus of it.
Yeah. My number 5 is The Bride. So I did like this less than you. I thought it was just okay. I think unfortunately I had pretty high expectations for this. But so then it not meeting that was more disappointing to me. I don't know. But I think I will say we have a whole episode on this, so if you want to know more of our thoughts, watch that. And yeah. Anyway.
My number 5, a movie I don't think you've even heard about. On streaming, it's on Disney Plus / Hulu. It's Mike and Nick and Alice. Oh my gosh, this was a blast. It has. Let me look at this cast because it's pretty dang great.
I have not heard of that. I feel like that's a title I
It
would have
starts
heard
with Ben
about.
Schwartz, and I love me some Ben Schwartz. There it is. Our main cast is another James Marsden, Vince Vaughn, and Isa Gonzalez. Basically, it's about this guy who's trying to get out of the mafia, and then his friend who like is really high in the mafia is like, hey, so I'm from the future and you're gonna die tonight, so we need to get my past version of me to like help save you. And then like that character's also cheating on his wife. Like the guy's trying to save that guy is having an affair with his wife.
Oh no.
So that's why it's
What's it called?
Mike and Nick and Alice, because there's 2 Nicks.
Oh no.
It's a really fun movie.
Okay.
And you have what's his name? Keith David as like the main villain, as like a mob
Ooh.
boss.
Oh, what
my
a great
gosh.
choice.
It's
That's the
such-
voice for the Shadow Man, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It is such a good movie.
That is
It's
a great
so funny.
choice. Okay. It's on my radar.
Put this on your radar if you haven't already. It's so good.
Sure. My number 4 is Hannah Montana, the 20th anniversary. So, I'll be transparent. I did not grow up being obsessed with this show. I would like to say it was a little bit before my time, but I have seen shows like just a year after this one started to premiere, so I can't really say that. I don't know. I feel like I really don't know. I feel like I remembered my parents not wanting me to watch this. But this was like before she had like her rebellious phase that was controversial. So I feel like that's not true. I don't know. I didn't watch a lot of the show. I don't know why. I watched a little bit. I was more so into the movie. I loved the movie. Funny enough, I don't know why that didn't make me want to watch the show, but it didn't. But I always knew Miley Cyrus, and I always really liked her. I liked her music. I don't know, she was a very interesting person. Obviously, she's been through a lot. But I feel like, I don't know, I've always really liked her. I've always liked The Climb, and
I also really love that it focuses kind of on where she is right now. And I
Yeah.
think she's in such a wonderful place as an artist.
yeah,
Like she has such a like maturity and wisdom to her.
yeah.
But it still feels like there's a lot to come from her, which is a very exciting place to be in your career.
I agree. She's just again, like it's similarly to how I talked about the Disney Channel shows. I feel like she is on a different level. I mean, obviously there are a lot of very popular Disney stars, but she's just on like a very unique level. Obviously Zendaya is very big. Selena Gomez is very big. Demi Lovato.
Like she talks about how like in the thing she has like a relation to Dolly Parton. And
Yeah.
I feel like there's like it's obviously she's not Dolly Parton, but it feels like she's something a little comparable, like with her own like hint of her own thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's very fascinating.
They're all doing their own thing, and it's very exciting to see. I feel like my favorite parts of this, well, I really didn't dislike anything except maybe like some of the interview questions. I had heard people complain about Alex Cooper. I've heard them complain for years. And I don't really listen to her show a whole lot anymore. I had listened to like the earlier episodes, and I've seen a lot of clips of her podcast online, but I wasn't super into it. People were saying that she's just a bad interviewer. Like she asks a lot of questions, but she doesn't flow the conversation very well. And I feel like with this, I could see that a lot. I mean, she was so passionate about Hannah Montana, and I feel like you could tell in some parts I could maybe chalk that up to nerves, but it did very much read like she would ask a great question, Miley Cyrus would give a great answer, and then she would just ask another question. She wouldn't really have like oh, that was a great, any sort of conclusion to that before she moved on to the next question. That was a little choppy. I would say that was the weakest part for me. I loved that her parents were involved, though. I was a little surprised that Billy Ray Cyrus showed up because I knew they've had differences. But I'm glad. I was happy to see them. They seem like they're on at least okay terms, if not good terms. I think it was funny that he was practically trying to give the job away as the dad, when he's literally her dad. I think that's kind of funny. I get it though, like he was the popular one at the time, so maybe he didn't want to overshadow her, but that definitely has not happened. She's definitely the bigger artist now. And then her mom being like the fashionista, I think was so cute, and they clocked the tea of, this is an outfit my mom picked out, and this is an outfit Disney picked out, and I'm like, the Disney outfit looks like you could have gotten it from the Justice store, and this outfit looks like a person who knows fashion put it together. Mm-hmm. And I love that. I loved Chaperone being there, and then also the things she had to say about like the media was so hard on her, but she kind of took that, and that has now allowed so many other young artists to have a better experience. And I loved the way they handled that, especially I think people are being very harsh on Chaperone right now. So I appreciated that. I loved that conversation and that appreciation.
Absolutely.
Selena Gomez showing up was fun. I did not know she was in the show. Like I said, I'm not super into the show. I just thought she was there because she was another Disney star. And then imagine my surprise when they showed her in the show. I'm like, whoa.
Actually, she was there because of that one, like the crossover between Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place, and The Sweet Life on Deck.
That was crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was very cute and pretty well done. Maybe it could have been better, but I'm at least glad it exists. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My number 4, I have Ready or Not 2. We have a whole, I think, half an episode on this. You can watch that to see more of our thoughts. But I thought it was fun, if not a clear couple steps down from the original. But I love our cast.
I agree. That's my next one, number 3, is Ready or Not 2. Have a lot of thoughts on that in a video if you want to go check it out. Yeah, I don't think, to me, it wasn't as big of a step down, but I do think the original is definitely still the best. But I liked this one, and it was fun to see Abbott,
yes.
and the actor.
Yeah. At number 3, I have The Bride. I love how bold this movie is. I'm a sucker for the classic monsters. And I loved a lot of the artistic directing choices they made here. And I simply adore this cast as well. I think Jessie Buckley gives a great performance. I think the script is just trying to do a lot of things, and so the focus is kind of all over the place. But that doesn't really take away a lot from how much I really enjoy and love this movie. Yeah. It was solid, if not the masterpiece I was hoping it would be.
My number 2 is Hoppers. This was hard to beat, but my number 1 is definitely my number 1. But this was really good. I really hope to see it nominated at the Oscars next year. I'm sure it will be. Who knows? It might win. I don't know. But we have a lot more coming out, so we'll see. But this is, I think, a good contender to start out with. It was surprising. I think it was fun to experience the collective gasp when that one scene happened. And yes, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, period.
No, for sure. Number 2 is also Hoppers for me. I think definitely a standout for Pixar recently. Gosh, the characters are just so fun. I think it has such a great message. I think it approaches some very big conversations at a very approachable stage for kids. It is so funny. Gosh, the animation I think is so fun. It has such cool stuff happen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a blast. We have a half episode on this as well that you can watch.
Yeah. And then we have the same number 1,
Yes,
which
we
is
do.
Project Hail Mary. Like I said, Hoppers was going to be hard to beat, but I was not surprised that Project Hail Mary did the job, because I was expecting great things from this and got great things. I loved reading the book, and then, like I said in our episode, I've been told the audiobook is really great. If you're not a big reader, maybe check that out. A lot of people say it's better than the book, actually, that experience. So go check it out. And the movie, of course.
Yes. So fun. I think Rocky and Grace are such amazing characters. I think it is a gorgeous movie. I think it's such a hopeful movie. Ugh. And it's such an emotional movie. It's, I don't know, it's going to stick with me for a very long time. I think it's a huge standout for this year.
I agree. And I know there's going to be tight competition with Best Actor, but it would be nice if maybe in certain places Ryan Gosling still made the cut. At least Golden Globes, when they split the categories.
Indeed.
I want him to get it on. So.
Alrighty, so we are now going to move on to our top 5 first-time watches. I know you said you wanted to shout out some of the other things you had watched. So if you want to shout out any of yours before you get into your top 5.
Yeah, so I watched quite a lot of very good new releases, or not new releases, but older things that I've watched for the first time this month. Whatever you call that, first time watches. Yeah, so shout out to Jane Austen's period drama. I watched that, I think, March 1st. So I've talked about it before, but I did technically watch it in March. Same with Forever Green in preparation for the Oscars. Both were great. Shout out the Blair Witch Project. I was, for International Women's Month, I was watching some recommendations for, like, it wasn't, not girl movies. I forgot what, I searched up some certain list on Letterboxd of, like recommendations.
Female directors?
I don't know. Maybe it was female directors, or maybe it was just, like, girlcore or something. I don't know. I don't remember, but it was something for the month. And this was a recommendation. I remember everyone talks about this one, so I watched it and I liked it. And then also, same thing, shout out Marie Antoinette. I've been wanting to watch this forever, the one with Kirsten Dunst. She is great in this, and this is probably the prettiest movie I've ever seen in my life. I saw someone on Letterboxd say that, and I'm like, that's, we'll see. No, like, it very quickly is like, wow, this is, like, the prettiest movie I've ever seen. And it's good, and it's entertaining, so, like, this is a 9 out of 10, and it's number 7 for me, so, And then finally, shout out Blade Runner 2049. We talked about that a little bit more in the Project Hail Mary since Ryan Gosling is in this. But another very, very good watch. So, yeah. Okay.
I'll also quickly shout out while you're starting my 6 through 10 that I have on my list. I have The Art of Racing in the Rain. That's one of my coworkers' favorite movies, so I watched it. I thought it was solid.
Sure.
Urchin, which is Scott Derrickson. No, that's director
There's
Harrison.
both. I know it's Scott Harrison and Scott Derrickson. I know Scott Derrickson more so, though.
Hold on.
Kit Harington? Is that who?
No, what's his name? He's a big actor. Harris Dickinson. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
It's
I
his
know
directorial
him.
debut.
Oh, cool.
And it's a very solid first entry.
I like him.
It's very grounded, and low budget, and a very flawed main character, but it's very interesting. I watched The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Such a fun cast, a very fun time. Some very big and bold concepts there. The Kiss of the Spider Woman. Oh my gosh, no one told me that this was like such a queer movie.
Sure.
It's a really fun time. It's very sad.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. And then at number 6, The Secret Agent. Watched that right before the Oscars, and what a blast. What a blast.
Oh yeah, The Secret Agent I put in number 11. So, if that's any way to show how many great movies I've watched. This one. That's how.
Alrighty. You go ahead.
So, I've been on tiny binges this month. One of which is Alfred Hitchcock movies. So I watched Vertigo for the first time, and woo!
Real good.
I mean, all of the Hitchcock films that I watched were good. But this was one of my favorites. My favorite will be, spoiler, my number 1, so we'll get there. But yeah, Vertigo is really good. And yeah, I now feel like I've seen most of his classics at this point. I've seen Psycho, I've seen this, I've seen Rear Window, I've seen The Birds.
North by Northwest is another really big one.
Yes. And then Dial M for Murder I've been wanting to watch. So I still have a couple, but I've seen more than just that. I saw Psycho and only that for years. I'm like, I need to watch more. Yeah, he's a very good storyteller.
Absolutely. At number 5, I have The Lost Bus. I did not think I was going to like this nearly as much as I did. It was nominated at the Oscars and a couple of other places for visual effects. And I do think that they're gorgeous, but I actually also really love the story. I think the performances are great. I think it's very chilling. Yeah. I against all odds, I really like this a lot.
Yeah. My number 4 is Phantom Thread. This is a Paul Thomas Anderson film. Also, someone I need to watch more of his films. I think I've only seen 3, and that's Licorice Pizza, One Battle After Another, and now this. And that's crazy. I need to watch a lot more of his movies. And then I just want to shout out, it's Daniel Day-Lewis's last film. It's his self-proclaimed last film. So he's not dead, but he said, like, I'm retiring after this. And what a great film to go out with. Like, he's great, this film. Yeah, I really don't want to spoil it. You need to watch it.
Indeed.
So, yeah, this was I think I'm at my 10 out of 10s now. I am. My top 4 are all 10 out of 10s.
Okay. My number 4, I have The Village. I wanted to watch this because I had rewatched with you one of the scary movies that rips on this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. And people apparently really like it. Such a star-studded cast. It has Bryce Dallas Howard as the main character. Adrian Brody's in it. Joaquin Phoenix is in it.
Mm-hmm.
And Sigourney Weaver. I love me some Sigourney Weaver.
Sure.
Such a fun time. Unfortunately, I kind of guessed what the big twist was going to be. Not direct, kind of in part to it being in Scary Movie. But no, I see why people really like this one and and kind of think it's one of M. Night's best films. It's not a 10 out of 10 for me, but it is really fun. Nah, maybe fun's not the right word, but I think it's a really well-made movie.
Yeah. I will say, speaking of fun though, and very different from Phantom Thread, but also a 10 out of 10, My Cousin Vinny. I've been wanting to watch this forever, because obviously I've seen the clip of like the defense is wrong. Oh, I love the way she pronounces that. I'm so glad she has an Oscar for that. That line alone. Oh my god, she is such a queen. I've seen that entire clip countless times, so I finally got around to watching this movie. There's no reason I haven't. I just haven't. It's been on my list too since I saw it was on Disney Plus forever. Yeah, I expected it to be really good, and it was really good. And I'm a sucker for courtroom drama. Also, I believe his name's Joe Pesci.
I believe so.
Am I saying that right? I don't know. The Home Alone guy. That's what I know him from, because I grew up on Home Alone. But he's also in Goodfellas, I believe. So he's a very underrated actor. I mean, he's amazing in Home Alone, but I'm glad that I've seen other movies of his that are also really good. Yeah. Same with like Catherine O'Hara. I've known so many great actors from Home Alone. Kieran Culkin's in that movie.
Yeah.
Little tiny kid. So yeah. Shout out Home Alone.
At number 3, following Project Hail Mary, I decided I needed to watch The Nice Guys. Oh, that is such a fun movie.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe, what a great buddy cop-esque vibe.
I really want to watch this.
It's really good.
I have like 2 or 3 of his films that I still really want to watch soon. Speaking of, I put Drive in my number 2. What a great film. What a very like different film for Ryan Gosling. He gives such a unique performance here. I was saying how he barely has any lines, so it's almost a complete physical performance, and he does such a good job at that. I think you would really like this movie. I think it's a clear 10 out of 10 for me.
Perfect. At number 2 for me, I have Casablanca. Oh my gosh.
Can't
Truly
believe.
a classic. It took me a second to kind of warm into it, but then once it gets in there, I'm like, oh my gosh. If I rewatch this now, I'm going to love the beginning as well.
Yes.
It's
That
so
was-
good. I love black and white movies that hit hard for me. Like, it's like, oh.
You
Scratches an
need to
itch.
watch The Apartment next.
Heard.
Watch The Apartment. Lastly, I have Rear Window. That is definitely my favorite of Alfred Hitchcock's films so far, at least. Yeah, I love a good mystery. But also even when you already like it's no longer like really a mystery. It's still very, very suspenseful,
still very
and
thrilling.
oh my god, it's terrifying.
Gosh, I can't believe that's not a concept that's been used in like stage production, because the idea of like a character
Yes.
that's stuck sitting through a window and like all of the different rooms being on stage and people acting in it,
Yeah.
that sounds so cool.
I was thinking that too. I'm like, why have I not seen more people talk about inspiration from this movie? Like, this is such a clear, like, you should take inspiration from this movie as a filmmaker. And I'm sure there have been some, and I just don't know about it, but God, like, give more appreciation, because he is such a great storyteller. And this is, like, probably, I would say, the best example, in my opinion, of how great of a storyteller he is. I mean, there are many films, of course, but this is definitely my favorite of the bunch. So, yeah.
My number 1 is, I watched Schindler's List for the first time. Oh my gosh. It took me a while, and a couple of tries to watch this because it's so long, and I kept underestimating the amount of time I had, so I kept starting over.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Liam Neeson, like, his best performance. Ralph Fiennes is in this. Ben Kingsley, such great performances. Like, obviously this is a very important movie about Nazi Germany and the treatment of the Jewish people. But on top of that, I feel like it's not talked enough how amazing the cast is in this movie and portraying all of that.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't seen that movie, but I knew enough of the concept to where when they made a joke at the Oscars, I was like, Oh my god. That was one of those, like, kind of jaw-dropping moments. I'm like, anyways, I really want to watch it, though.
That was a really weird point. He stopped on that one. It was a really funny bit, and then he stopped on that joke. That was such a choice. Okay. So our last ranking is going to be March shows. What did we say? Are we doing top 5 on this?
6.
6. Okay. Some fun shows.
I'll start us off since
Go
I've
for
written
it.
mine down. My number 6 is Secret Lives of Mormon Wives season 4. I wasn't gonna watch this because of all the controversy around it right now. But one of my friends was talking about watching it, so I was like, I'll watch it. So in case she ever wants to talk about it, I'll know enough to be able to talk about it. I will just say I hope everyone gets the help they need. So, and I hope people start talking about the well, I'll just say Dakota. Obviously a lot of people are talking about the main girl Taylor right now because she's had the video out. But Dakota's a very nasty human being as well, and I do wish people would acknowledge that just because he doesn't have a video out. I think the signs are still very clearly there, the red flags. Even within the video, the way he's talking and narrating it, it's very calculated, and I do hope people acknowledge that more. And I'm also very happy to see two couples that are getting divorced after the show. Good for them, because I've been rooting for those girls to get a divorce from the guys for a while. So like one of the girls on there, she talks about having a lot of skin conditions, and it's like a medical mystery, like they can't figure out what's wrong. She has a lot of sexual trauma from her past, and then she talks about like her now, she's so thankful for her now husband, but then they're having intimacy problems. And then people point out that she was 16 and he was 21 when she had a baby, which means she was 15. But in Utah, I think technically the age of consent is 16, which is ridiculous. But I don't know. He always says it's 16, probably because he knows that it's illegal. Anyways, either way, it's very inappropriate, and people talk about that might be why you have medical problems, because your body is literally rejecting him. So that's one of the couples I think have talked about. I think they're getting a divorce or something. So I'm happy for her. And I'm happy for the other lady as well, even though she's also in controversy, but her husband sucks. So, because I think she cheated on him. I don't care. He sucks. She should have cheated on him more. I only care because it might mess up her prenup, and she might have to pay him more money. But she'll make more money, so it'll work out. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways.
Ooh, hold on. Let me shout out the ones that aren't on my list. Everything's great. Shout out, I'm gonna say, to The Legend of Vox Machina Season 2 that we've started. The Beauty, also on Hulu and Disney+. I think that's a solid show. It has some amazing one-off episodes that I love a lot. What else is it? Oh, and Daredevil Born Again, which is just kind of started, is in a very exciting place, and I think it's already a lot stronger than the last season.
Yeah.
Which is very fun to see.
We are almost done with The Pit Season 2, so we'll have an episode on that eventually. Abbott Elementary Season 5 still going pretty strong overall. Invincible Season 5 we've started. Actually, I think we're more than halfway through that now. So yeah, we've got a lot of good shows that we're actively watching.
Yeah. And some of those are on my list, so bear with me. At number 6, I have One Piece Season 2. I really enjoyed Season 1. I feel like Season 2 really kind of stepped up in a lot of ways. Mm-hmm. My biggest critique is you've got to change something with large chopper. I can't. He's scary, but
Yeah.
like in like a I don't want this thing near my kids kind of way.
Yeah, it just looks pretty bad. I mean, I know people are trying to I've seen some people try to defend it, saying that's the point, like he's supposed to be scary, and I'm like, he's not scary in the way that I think they're wanting.
He's not scary and like
He's scary and he looks so bad.
he's
like, the
scary and
CGI.
I feel like I'd see him on the streets of a city and I need to cross the street.
He's scary in a way that I think he went through the beauty procedure. Actually, that's what he looks like. So, anyway,
Yeah. But yeah, so fun. I love that cast so much. I think this season was very strong with all of the Beauregards. So fun. Great Hills and just a blast.
next I put The Vampire Diaries season 4. We finished this right before spring break because we visited New Orleans. So yeah, I think a lot of season 4 was pretty solid. It only goes down from here. So yeah.
My number 5 is Abbott Elementary season 5. That is still going strong. We just had the April Fool's Day episode, which I thought was a great episode. Although I will say, it does keep having a couple of episodes where I think especially Eddie, like Gregory, keeps having takes that I'm
Gregory
like,
Eddie. That's his
I don't believe that he this far into the show would have these thoughts or say these things. Like, he's high-key dissing on Barbara Howard, like, kind of 2 episodes in a row, and I'm like, I don't believe that you've been here, this is your 5th year at least at this university, and you still believe that. Like, I don't believe that. School, whatever.
University.
Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
That's fair. And I feel like with some of these characters, they're still making some interesting one-off episode concepts, but I feel like overall season arcs, they're starting to not know what to do with some of these characters, which is disappointing. Like, there was an April Fool's thing where they said Ava was not coming back next season, but people in the comments were like, I know this is April Fool's, but actually, I would kind of believe that, because I feel like they don't know what to do with her. I kind of agree. She's a very fun character. All these characters are fun to see, but I think it'd be nice if they could maybe do more things with them.
I agree. They need to
They
find...
had like...
I feel like they need to throw some stuff in there to shake things up. It feels like it's a
Yes.
little tame right now.
Yeah, I agree. Like, they had him and Janine for a long time was a big storyline that gave them both something to do. And then they had him and his dad once they started getting together. And now that's resolved. So it's like, now what to do with him? They had the plant thing, the food thing with him. They had a lot of things. I'm like, find something else for him to do. Well, they even talked about they're going to move in together. So maybe do something with that.
Yeah, sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Agree.
Yeah.
Anyways, like, as far as I'm aware, they're still renewed for season 6, so.
Okay. Your next one?
Okay. My next one is Something Very Bad is Going to Happen. This is the new Duffer Brothers produced show.
It's on Netflix?
Yes. My coworker was telling me about it because she loves Stranger Things and loves Duffer Brothers. So I watched it for her because the main guy is the overcompensating frat guy. And the main girl is, I forget her name, but she's from Daisy Jones and the Six. She is Billy's wife. I forgot her name. I'm so sorry,
no,
Queen.
she's really talented.
I keep wanting to say Camille, but that's her name, the
Yeah.
actress's name, so I don't remember. But she was great in that, and she's great in this show too. I thought the show was overall pretty solid, actually. It has some moments where it dips a little bit, but I think it sticks the landing pretty well. Yeah.
Love to see it. My number 4, I have Invincible season 4. This season, I think, has so much momentum. With seasons 2 and 3, I remember like the first halves kind of getting me to feel some kind of way. With season 2, they just kept making it seem like Adam Eve was like bad at being a superhero all of a sudden, and I can't buy that. And then with season 3, they had Mark be kind of aggressively against Cecil to a point where it's like, okay, dude, your dad did what he did. You think that the people responsible for the safety of this world won't have precautions to prevent that from happening again? Just some very, I think, unrealistic takes, especially with where he's at, like, in that season and right now, to kind of validate that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. But this season, I think, is avoiding takes like that really well. It's making some changes from the comics, which I super appreciate. And I think works a lot stronger in the show that they've developed. I love the little ensemble they're building up. And even though Adam Eve is a little bit on the outskirts, I still really like why that's happening. And I think that still puts her in a very exciting spot, unlike where she has been in some of these other seasons. So, yeah.
Also, I say this every time, but I don't include shows I haven't finished yet, just because I don't know how it will change. So, like, that won't be on my list. Just disclaimer. Next, I have One Piece Season 1. I watched this for the first time this month before Season 2, and it was really good. It was, like, one of those, like, Sandman, like, I kept putting off for some reason, but I'm very glad I finally got around to it, because it was really good. Yeah. I love Luffy. I was very disappointed to go online and find out that a lot of people actually really dislike his casting, because I'm like, I think
He's awesome.
my favorite part. It's pretty rare that I like my favorite character is the main character, but I feel like probably is him, honestly. Him or Zoro.
He just has like he's like a SpongeBob-esque character. He's just so positive and
So fun.
cute and effective, which is very fun.
I mean, to be fair, I haven't seen the original show, so I guess I can't speak on like that adaptation.
Sure.
But I can speak on what I have seen, and I love him, and I'm so happy he's here, and I want him in more things. I want the whole cast in more things. They're very talented. So.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
My number 3, I have The Pit Season 2. This is close to wrapping up, and I'm very sad about that. I will say this month, I've heard some conversations online about whether people preferred Season 1 or Season 2. For the longest time, I was kind of like, these are kind of at the same exact level for me.
Yeah.
Where, like, some of my biggest critiques are, like, weird ending spots for the episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this month, with some of the choices they kind of go for, it is officially, like, a little bit of a notch under this first season for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's still really great television.
Yeah.
But there's something I think very special about that first season that I think this one doesn't completely have captured the way it did the first one. But such a fun time. I love this cast. I think they found very fun cases to work on. The guest stars are incredible again. Just a very fun time. And, oh my god, the big stressor event that they chose this go around was a really great pick.
Yeah, I agree. I'm interested to see how they wrap it up this time. I don't know. It'll be interesting. There's a lot happening with Robbie, and now his friend Duke. Robbie's been very frustrating this season. Obviously, he's supposed to be, so it's hard to like critique it, but it is aggravating to watch.
I would say I think it's valid criticism to say that it kind of halfway through the season comes out of nowhere, where that's, I think, not the case in like the first half of the season almost at all.
Because obviously, I think from the start, just starting him out not wearing a helmet, I think obviously he's being more reckless, but it's the being rude to his staff. That's the thing I think kind of comes out of nowhere. I think I wish maybe we had a moment where maybe he realized this is halfway, like I'm about to go home, like I need to start breaking up these relationships and burning these bridges. versus him just doing that, I think was very jarring. But I will say, if they wrap it up well, or at least have some sort of conclusion that'll move on to the next season, I think I'll be okay with it. But I need to see where they're going with it and how they're wrapping
I
it
have
up.
a theory of why I think he's being this way. It doesn't. If it's what I think it is, it still, I think, makes the first half of this season very like, okay, then where was this then?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very curious because a lot of people's theories revolve him like not coming back for a third season. And as much as this show tries to talk about like how no one person is bigger than this like hospital,
Mm-hmm.
like, dude, I can't imagine the show without Dana or him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, truly pillars.
Yeah. But how on earth are we gonna wrap that up in 2 episodes where he
Will
won't
come back.
not come? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's in a
So-
very weird place. I'm still open to see what they're going for.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of a lack of consistency in especially his character
I
this
agree.
season, which is kind of a bummer to see, especially after he, I think, gave such. I think it was written and performed amazing last season,
Mhm.
and I think he's still acting a really great job.
Yeah.
I just wish the script had it a little throughout.
And I will say, as disappointed as I am that Mohan is not coming back next season, even if it's not surprising, still disappointing because I loved her character. Dr. Ellis being one of the main cast
Oh,
next
I'm
season
excited for
is
that.
such great news. Whether that means they're doing a night shift season or just, I don't know, maybe more so half and half. Whatever
Or she
the
just changed
choice,
shifts.
yeah, whatever it may be, I'm very excited because I love her. As much as I love Dr. Abbott, I would say she's probably still my favorite just because she's the most like intriguing and such a mystery to me. Abbott we know and love, so I'm very excited to get to know more about her next season. Yeah,
For sure.
I mean it might be because I would say Abbott is as much supporting as anybody else because he's in this season.
A little bit. He's
He's a little bit of a notch
here a
lower.
bit more than last season.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Which has been very exciting.
Yeah.
I remember last season I wasn't super on board, like, because he was nominated for Best Supporting, and I was like, I, like, hardly remember him in this show. And, like, this season, I'm like, he's doing amazing work.
Yeah.
So I'm on that bandwagon now. Go ahead.
My next one is One Piece Season 2. I also think this is a little bit better than the first. Yeah, but I really like both seasons. I think I technically rated them the same, but I guess I would probably say Season 2 is like half star higher. Yeah, I really liked all the Miss Wednesday and Monday and all
Mr.
the
11.
yeah,
Like,
all the
such
different
fun
things.
characters.
Yes, what a fun concept. Yeah, I love that.
And I love the group dynamic. I think the dynamics are so fun.
Yes. I love the people joining.
Oh, all of the new powers are super cool.
Yeah.
Mrs. All Sunday and like the arms just popping out everywhere. I
Yeah.
think that's so cool.
And then Alvida, I ate the slip fruit. That audio is everywhere right now.
Dude,
it's really
I will
funny.
say, no shade to that actress. She's one of my least favorite parts of both seasons.
Oh,
I'm so
no.
sorry. I just can't take her seriously. And then she's sliding all over the place, and I'm like, this doesn't help. Ugh.
Yeah. I like her. I think she's fun. And I like the actress. She's from the Sex Life of
I
College Girls.
enjoy the actress. I just wish the character. She feels like such a more out there character in a really out there show, and I'm like, how do you manage that? You have a clown who falls apart in pieces, and I'm believing that a little more than this one. Ugh.
Oh, man.
Anyways, season 2, episode number 2. Oh my gosh, Paradise season 2 just wrapped up, and I'm so sad. I love this show. I was a little nervous going into a second season about what a second season would even look like after the first one. To avoid spoilers, you kind of have to be super vague on this one. But it grows on a lot of the stuff I loved of the first season. It adds a mystery that I think is very interesting. And going into what's hopefully a third season, you still don't have all the answers, which is so exciting.
Yeah.
There's so many flashbacks that they keep using, which I loved about the first season as well. God, they add a lot of really cool characters.
And I feel like mostly because of how well done the season was, I'm more excited and open for season 3. Season 2, going into it, I was a little like, I don't know.
What's the move here?
Yes.
Here, there's like a very clear line for what a season 3 looks like, and
Yes.
I'm so excited.
Plus, season 2 has shown they know what they're doing. Like, they have a vision. So even if it didn't set it up better, I would have had more confidence going into season 3 for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's greenlit yet, and that really scares me, because also they did not advertise the second season nearly as much as they were advertising season 1.
Yeah.
I saw that stuff everywhere.
But I will say it may take a while to renew, but I hope they do. I'm
they do.
thinking in the back of my mind, like, reminding myself that adults took forever, months to get renewed. So I will be holding on to hope for a while.
And it's the same as Hulu as well. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I
Fingers
hope.
crossed.
Oh, and then Sinatra. I thought I enjoyed her in the first season, but I loved her here. And Jane, a lot of the characters that came from season 1, I think, leveled up in really cool ways too.
Yeah.
Oh, so
the new
cool.
characters.
I
lots
just
of
love
fun
this show so much.
Well, that's also my number 1. I won't add a whole lot more to that because we are hoping to do an episode on this at some
Yes.
point. But just since that's going to be pretty late, I thought it was really well done. And I don't know. It was like, I love that people online are talking about how this is such a well done season. After so many people were also like, what is season 2 going to look like? And now they're like, whoa, this is great. And it established that pretty early on. Like, one of the first few episodes with Xavier and a new person was so, like, a perfect episode of television.
I mean, even their first episode in this season, it's something so different from what the first season is. And, like, it feels like such a risk, but even that episode, I think, is so strong. Like, it immediately is like, okay, they're doing something different here, and I'm, like, they've immediately convinced me that it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I agree.
And my number 1, I have All Her Fault. That's on Peacock, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it is so good. Sarah Snook, what a talent. Dakota Fanning, such a great cast. It's written so well. That first episode is, like, such a great episode of television. Oh, I truly am enjoying it so far. I think this is kind of perfect so far, so I'm very excited. I'm still pretty, I think maybe a quarter of the way through, but I'm very excited to finish this out. It's very fun.
I would be surprised if she didn't win the Emmy, not only because she's won before, so they clearly like her, but she's just kind of killing it. I will also say the something very bad is going to happen. Camila, whatever her name is. I hope she gets nominated too. She's not gonna win against Sarah Snook whatsoever, but I hope she still snags.
She's also up against Rhea Seehorn.
Those are different categories because they're limited versus drama.
Oh, we love to see it.
Yeah. So,
what was it? It was the Golden. One of the last awards show, they were in the same category.
Yes.
And she beat her out.
But luckily, they don't have to. Two queens don't have to be pitted against each other at the Oscars at the Emmys. Sorry. But yeah.
It's very exciting.
So I'm happy for them that they're almost guaranteed to both win Emmys.
Absolutely. So. I went ahead and listed some of the movies that we've missed this month. Heard.
Okay.
We'll speed through.
Cool.
Just kind of quick thoughts on maybe rank out of 10 how much you want to see this in the future.
Not us starting that out with The Strangers,
The Strangers
Chapter
Chapter 3.
0. And I mean that. Like, I have no plans on ever watching that.
I will eventually, just because I'm
You
a
watch
completionist.
everything. Yeah.
And I'm 2/3 through this trilogy. I got to see it through.
No.
But it is so low on my list. Like, it's a 1 for me because I will, but I won't enjoy it. And I know that going into it.
No.
Good luck, have fun, don't die.
Oh, Probably 5 out of 10. I've heard good things about it. I don't know much about it. So I only really have reception going for it. I don't have any sort of concept to make that score higher.
I'm a sucker for Sam Rockwell, and it's aggressively an anti-AI movie. And their advertising has been super fun. This is maybe like a 7 for me. It's the second biggest miss for me. I'm really bummed I didn't get to see this one. Psycho Killer.
Remind me what that is.
They're looking for a killer who's psycho.
I don't remember that. I'm sure I've heard of it.
I'm pretty sure it's starring the girl from Barbarian.
I'll say a 3 out of 10 because I'm
think
so
it's
sorry.
also-
I don't remember it.
It's also a 3 out of 10 for me. I haven't heard great things about it, and I think the trailer looked kind of super basic.
Mm-hmm.
How to Make a Killing.
Unfortunately, I'm also going to say 3 out of 10. I actually really liked the trailer for that, but then I've heard not so great things about it, so it's lowered my expectations. That was in my mind when I said in the Super Mario Bros. Episode that Glen Palace had some interesting movies out lately.
I think this is like a 4 or a 5 for me. I'll always give something my own. Like, I do like the trailer enough, and I love me some Glen Powell in the right setting. I'm gonna go in with to make my own opinion.
Yeah.
I think it's, yeah, I'm open to it. Pillion. Ooh, this one's pretty high for me. People love this one.
Yeah, I'll say 7 out of 10 just because I don't know anything about it, but I've heard really good things. So
This one's probably
Yeah.
a 9 for me. I'm
I just don't
actually
know anything
really
about
excited
it.
to eventually see this one.
Mhm.
They Will Kill You.
I'll also say a 7 out of 10 because I know more about this one. I've actually seen the trailer, and it looked pretty good. And also, there was some reason where I was like, I want to support this film. I forgot why though. But I have heard mixed reviews, so I would have that in my mind.
I've heard that it's incredibly similar to Ready or Not 2, which is crazy because they were originally supposed to come out the same day. But also, beyond the fact that they're like clear like fighting slasher films, apparently it also is about sisterhood, which I would not have guessed. But I do love that actress. She's Domino from the Deadpool movies.
Yes.
So I would say this is about like a 7 for me. I do really want to see this movie eventually down the pipeline. And the last one I have is Forbidden Fruits.
I'll put this as a 10 out of 10. Well, I'll do 9 out of 10 because I will be seeing this movie and I'm excited to see this movie. However, I was very disappointed that it's not even a little bit gay.
This is like an 8
Like,
for me,
what?
I think. I do love the cast. I'm very excited to see Lola Tung in a new light, and I think with a very fun cast. And I'm a sucker for witches, so I'm very interested.
I've
to see
heard
what they're
good
doing here.
things. I just that, everyone thought it was going to be gay and it's not gay. And I'm like, why? So I am excited though. And I'm disappointed that I can't see it in theaters. So
Absolutely.
9 out of 10.
And then April is coming up. What are 3 movies you're looking forward to the most?
The drama, Yumi and Tuscany, and Michael. Although shout out Mother Mary because it's our first of many Anne Hathaway films this year. Very excited that she's having
That
such a
trailer
good year.
looks awesome.
Yeah. But the drama obviously looks really good. It has Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. I adore both of them. Yumi and Tuscany, same thing. I really like both of those actors. And
Let's bring back the rom-com, people.
yes,
The
and it's
theatrical
actually
rom-com.
really infuriating that after the success of Sinners, that directors are still being told, oh, we'll see how Yumi and Tuscany does before your already made and ready to go movie gets film distribution rights. And I think that's really infuriating and disappointing. But please go support it because it looks good and it's really important. It shouldn't be as important as it is. It should be allowed to exist separately and not decide the fate of other movies. But unfortunately it does. So please go support it for that as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And
And then Michael, of course, looks really good. I love Michael Jackson. I think this is gonna make $1 billion. I'm with Cinema Joe on this, where I'm like, I also think it's gonna make $1 billion because it's Michael Jackson.
I'm very curious to see what the international is on it.
I don't know. Like, Michael Jackson was he's in his own league. Nobody is touching Michael Jackson. So, I don't know. And it looks good. We'll see how critics score. That could change things. But I do think it's going to make $1 billion.
I would say my 3 are Super Mario Galaxy would have made my list, but I've already seen it. And
Yeah.
it's not going to be in my top 3.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to say The Drama, Michael, and then I'm going to say Exit 8. But I'm not even
it
sure
does
if
look
I'm going to
really
be able to
good.
see it,
Mhm.
which I'm so bummed about.
Yeah.
But I'll watch it eventually, and I'm
Yeah.
very excited about it.
Yeah.
Oh.
A lot of good movies coming up.
Word.
Hopefully.
Our last thing we wanted to let you guys know is our summer movie draft is coming up sometime in this next month. We are going to be picking movies throughout the summer movie season. We have done 2 drafts so far, 1 summer, 1 winter movie draft. I won last year's summer. You won the winter draft. So we're at a tie right now. So we're very excited for our first tiebreaker to see who's officially winning this. So, look forward to that. We will be picking that probably in the April recap, right before the start of May, whenever we are kind of starting the go on that. So, stay tuned for that. And feel free to play along if you would like to pick some movies that you think are going to do really well. It's been really fun so far, so we're very excited for that. Any last thoughts to close out our episode on March 2026?
I don't think so. It was a good month. I think April's going to be a great month. I'm excited for what's to come. And the summer movie draft makes me excited for the next several months as well. So, yeah.
For sure. Well, until then, I'm your host, Luke.
And I'm your host, Alicia.
And thank you guys so much for watching Not So Straight Nerds.
Bye.